avocado is one of those things that if like you've never been around avocados and like you've never cared, like you're just like, I just don't care. Like it's not like I hate it. It's like it's not hatred, it's apathy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, everybody, welcome to Facetious episode 140, season 3, episode 36, brought to you on Monday, September 24, 2018, at approximately 6:05 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm one of your hosts, Larry, aka Blue Man Rule, and I am joined as usual by my main Demi, Mike, aka Scarfinger, aka Real Talk. What's up, dog?
What's up, dog?
Nothing. And y'all, we have a returning guest. He's back in the building. I think I've known him since 2015. He's been by here a few times. Even his co-host has stopped in, but it's none other than the bearded gangster himself, none other than Brian, aka Quiglin, from A Starting Point. What's going on, player?
Hey, how you doing, guys? It's great to be back. I just want you to know that there was a 2.7 magnitude earthquake somewhere in Montana, and I just want to let you know, Mike, that I'm marking myself as safe.
Check.
For real.
Check mark. Mark the safe. Yeah.
I'm safe. Safe. No problems here.
Now, bruh, hey, yo, for real, I'm gonna tell you, this shit happened, like, for real. Oh, I forgot, I'm not supposed to cuss much here.
Right.
But this happened the other day, right?
Uh-huh.
Like 2 days ago, somebody on my friends list marked themselves as safe from the damn hurricane. 2 days ago.
Why, man? Why? I thought we would buy this, people. I thought we would pass this point. Now, Brian, just for the sake of geography, tell the folks where you are.
Oh, I am in Alabama.
Yes.
Yes, I am not close to Montana at all.
So just so people,
I got people down there, the Montgomery area.
Yeah. They finally met up on Twitter, man. They were him and me, like they were talking.
We're talking about it.
I got other people there. My girl, her daughter, who was here the week of the hurricane, they're from Montgomery.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's only 90 minutes away. That's close.
Yeah, I've been there, and that's when I met Meef and Double A and like Double A's daughter and his brother and we all went out to eat and kind of sat around and just had a ball. Like that's the first time I met Meef. I sat next to him. He's actually very dreamy in person. And it was a good time and like it's weird. And I always say this when you you listen to people every week on these podcasts or every 6 months when it comes to EDG.
So much hate.
but you listen to these people often and you kind of think about them as like distant, like just radio personalities.
Right.
But like with podcasting, you put so much of yourself in this.
Sure.
Like you really realize that you like really know people. Like I really know these, like the people that I listen to. Like I know a lot about you. Based off of just sitting around talking about video games and stuff. But like there's times where you talk about your life and all that other stuff. None of your show, B. Ryan, but I mean, y'all pretty much keep it. You pretty much keep it video games. Like, you pretty much keep it video games. You don't get to a whole lot of life stuff.
I'll work it in more for you, Mike.
Okay.
When you get to this week's episode 4 months from now, I'll get you covered.
Yeah,
4 months from now.
For real, like my listening is like way off right now, like so off, because I don't have time to listen at work anymore, and that's where I listen to podcasts mostly.
Right.
So. Mm-hmm. It just kind of sucks, but yeah, like, but when you finally meet these people that you've known these people for years, you just didn't know that you actually like really knew them. Like the first time Blue and I met, like it was just a coincidence. Like we went to PAX and our rooms were next door to each other.
Right. Yeah, we were calling and we were like, "Where you at, man? What's your room number?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm this." He was like, "Oh, for real? I'm right next door."
Yeah, and it's just like the only thing that you learn when you meet people is like, holy crap, these people are really short. Like
See,
that's
so much hating. See the Haitian again. See the Haitian
like
again.
no. With the exception of Vic, like Vic and Phoenix, with the exception of Vic and Phoenix, pretty much everybody else is very short compared to what I thought. Like I thought, like Ace's voice makes you think like he is a massive giant man. Like he has a very bassy, very manly voice. And he just looks like a miniature Sticky Fingers. You know what I'm saying? He looks like somebody took Sticky Fingers and shrunk them down, like, or like, you know, he looks like a failed clone of Sticky Fingers. You know what I'm saying?
So bogus, man. So bogus, man. That's so wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong, man. But Brian, man, look, we happy to have you back, man.
Oh, well, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
That's good, man. We really appreciate it, man. Look, I want to get into the silliness right away. So the third thing I'm gonna add to the list is because it's gonna kind of move into video. It's gonna be like the fourth game. It's gonna move into video games, and we'll talk about that. So listen, man. So, Mike, have you ever quit in the middle of a shift? And the only
yes,
all right,
yes, I have.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told that story last week. You told that story before about the signs,
yes.
bro.
Yes, the sign. That is the only time. That is the only. Well, that I think that is the only job that I actually like quit. Like most of the jobs that I've had that, you know, we don't have. You know, we're it was kind of mutual, or I got fired. It was, you know what I mean? It was one of those things. Like that was the only job that I just straight up walked away from. It was like, nah, I'm good.
Nah,
I ain't gonna show up to get this check. Like you know what? No,
I'm good.
You can have this check. You can have this check. Like y'all ain't just gonna be putting signs on me.
You can take this check, man, and do something with it. But man, the reason I ask is because, dude, Vontae Davis. Second, what is he? Was he a cornerback? Quit. Not just quit and just like, no, I'm done playing this game. Retired in the middle of a game. How did you? He just walked up. He was just like, look, he went and got in his street clothes. He put up all of his stuff, and I guess it was just because he was not having a good day. Like he was getting lit, and they were down 23 or something like that. And he was like, you know what? I'm good. Buffalo don't need me that much. I'm good. I am done.
I mean, it's one of those things, right? You're looking at it and you're like, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often. Like, especially when we hear about football players and like their, you know, the health problems that they have when they leave football, and like the issues that a lot of them have while they're playing, like linemen having to choose their career over their health and all this other stuff. You know, that was one of those things that was in Playmakers that got Playmakers shut down.
That was my jam. My wife loved that show, man.
I love Playmakers because that one dude had to decide whether it was worth it to play football or, you know, take care of your diabetes and lose some weight. And he was just like, I can't lose weight. I'm a lineman.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I can't, this is what I do. Like, this is how I support my family. This is how this is how I feed my family. And like, if I lose weight, some dude on the other side is going to push me over and I lose my job and I lose my livelihood. So he had to choose football over his own health. And like, there's, I'm pretty sure that that's a real situation. Like, you know, a lot of people that come back from try to come back from like really hard injury situations just so they can keep playing football. And like, I'm surprised that more people, like this happened a few years ago with the 49ers when all of this stuff with the CTE and concussions and all of that kind of stuff came out. Like, you know, like half of the 49ers defense just like, nah, bro, we good. It's like, you know what I mean? And then like one of the dudes was like, you know, he only played for like 1 year or whatever like that. And he was just like, man, my pops got money. I don't need this.
Right. I don't need this. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I'm surprised it hasn't happened before, but I think this is going to be a trend. the more we learn about the effects that football has on people, the more the stigma of like you're a man,
You gotta be a man.
You gotta be a man. Like all of that is gonna start going away, and the more that thing erodes, the more we're gonna see this. And like there's a lot of like my coworker who is staunch conservative guy. Staunch conservative guy. He and like other like staunch conservative people talk about these liberals are messing up everything, and they've even messed up football and all of this other stuff, right? It's just like, but like no, I think just people just got smarter. And just realize that, like, if like people like they talk about that the Junior Seau documentary that they just did, and it's just like he was really good at basketball too. He was just a gifted athlete, and I'm pretty sure at some point he thought to himself, "Man, I should have played basketball."
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's those thoughts are going to start coming into more people's heads the more we're educated on what football is actually doing to people. And so I think this is going to be the start of a trend. I thought that the whole everybody on the 49ers quitting was going to be the trend. It didn't actually happen that way, but it's the same situation. Like, these people looked at the risk versus the reward because the 49ers were terrible after they parted ways with Kaepernick. And yeah, so like the team was terrible, and it's just like, I don't want to kill myself for this, and I don't. You don't need me to lose, and that's basically
you can lose without me, bro. You can lose without me.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, y'all can do bad by yourself. Like, I'm gonna go.
I can do. What about you? What about you, Brian?
No, I think Mike makes a lot of good points about the culture that we've decided, and I'm just wondering, when did we stop wanting people to be educated? Like, I just don't get that. Like, there is no part of me that understands being more educated and how that can hurt you. I just never understand that. But yeah, I mean, I think the whole, you got to be a man to do it. Cause I've quit mid shift. I worked for Coca-Cola for 2.5 days. And all I did was I thought, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in high school, and they're like, okay, we'll probably just have you watch cans go by and, make sure that they get filled. And I'm like, all right. And then they were like, oh, well, actually, we're going to have you make pallets. So all I did was just hammering pallets. And then the very first day, they're like, we need you to work overtime. So I worked 12 hours of just hammering pallets.
Wow.
And like, I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like maybe this is like a one-off thing. And then I just went and hammered pallets the next day. And by the third day, I was like, no, man. No.
Yeah, 5 words.
Yeah.
This is all the nope.
Yeah, man. Like, look, man, I did that.
That's definitely a show title right there. This is all the nope.
Oh, I had it. You had a game as a show title, but we might book that down as this is all the nope. But no. So when you major in marketing in Oklahoma, they view it as sales, right? Which is why I never really been able to get like a marketing like research or anything type of that position here, because they put you in sales, right? So I'm out of college. I got my MBA. I'm having a tough time getting a job. And so I went with the people on the day to like look at what they do with the sales stuff, right? Now they sit in Sam's, and they're supposed to be like the tech sales experts and stuff, man. And they're supposed to go in there and sell stuff, sell the cable, right? They're supposed to sell whether you need AT&T or Cox. I got you. You can come right over here and hit this table. I got you, right? But I think I went with them, man, once on one of their calls. It was hot as hell. Man, I got to lunchtime. I was like, no, I'm good. Man, you should. Yep, I'm positive. I'm good.
I did that too. I went to a couple of interviews, and they wanted me to do that kind of sales stuff. And I also did a thing here before I moved up here. I did a thing here where they wanted me to sell, I guess people call them Obama phones.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, people, on the right, they try to lie and say that they're trying to give people iPhones and stuff like that. These are like
there might be an I in the name of the phone, right?
Yeah, these are like
it's not
candy bar. These
Yeah.
old school candy bar phones. But basically, I shadowed somebody one day, and we went and stood in front of basically the social service office,
right,
trying to get people to sign up for these phones. Now I had to and like it was free as long as you got some sort of government assistance and could prove it. You can get one of these phones.
Right.
But like the idea of just standing there outside of social services with like some people who are like really messed up and they need help, and like I'm trying to push this phone on them, and like the idea that also there are the social dregs of society that are getting government assistance that are out there too. And look, I'm gonna tell you what really got me, right? This lady said, once you have consistently pushed off basically a certain amount of phones on people for 3 days, I can get my own crew, and then I start making money off of them because you get
pyramid schemes, baby.
Yeah, it was a straight
classic
pyramid scheme, and it was like, what do you mean? I only got to do this for 3 days and I get my own crew? How does that work? What job hires you and be like, yo, I need you to make these phone calls. You make a certain amount of phone calls, and in 3 days, we gonna make you the manager. That's not how this works.
No, man, it's a diamond rip, dog. It's a pyramid done backwards. Like, I've heard CEOs say that.
They don't even do that at McDonald's. Like, if I go to McDonald's and
you good on the fries?
No. If I can go to McDonald's and for 3 days I keep up with the time limit for the drive-through, they're not gonna make me the manager.
Nope. They not, man. But yeah, man, it's crazy. I have like, man, I've walked off the job mid shift. Brian said he done it at Coca-Cola. Mike's done it a couple of times, man. But I look at it like this, man. Like, bruh, you at a game, like at the very least, like a lot of people are calling dude a quitter. I ain't calling him that. I'm like, look, he's clearly been mulling this over for a minute, but maybe it just all flushed over him at once. He was like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need to go out here and destroy my body to potentially harm my mind later on down the line for some money that I don't really need. He's already made like 50 million.
I don't even think it was the money. He even said that y'all can have some of this money back.
Yeah, he
didn't want to do it for the bills.
I think a part of it too is he just, at least reading his statement, it seemed to me he was like, you know what, when you go out onto that field, you need to be there 100% mentally. And he wasn't. And he's like, and I'm not going to go do that because it's going, I think that he felt it was going to endanger the team and himself.
Right.
And if you're not going to go out there and give it 100%, I mean, I'm not a Bills fan, but I could at least say, I don't want to be a part of that.
Right. Now,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm fine with him doing that. But at the very least, man, like you made a commitment. Like they've gone through practice, they've scheduled, they've schemed with you in there. You've schemed by understanding the other team's plays, and because you're a cornerback, you're clearly matching up with someone else. So they have that matchup in play as well. Consider those considerations. I would prefer if we waited to the end of the game, but look, it's not my body, it's not my mind, and it's not my future, right? It's his. So he has the prerogative to make that call however he feels.
Sure.
So, but I just, bro, you in a game. Like, you're not just at a game. Like, I've walked home I've left games at halftime, be like, oh, this one's done. I'm going to go home and play some games. Like, I've been at a game and chunked the deuces, but you in a game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just chunk the deuces in a game. You know what I'm saying, dog?
At some point, you just have to. Like, it's not even like,
bro.
At some point, like, I mean, I would have rather him just straight leave than to sit on the bench for the rest of the game and say, I'm not going back in there. Like, I'd rather you just straight up leave, dog. Like, I applaud him for just being like, look, I know this is gonna cause a whole lot of heat, but like it would have been more heat. It would have been way more heat
if he would have stayed.
If he would have stayed and he would have sat there on the bench, pouty faced, and just took it while the Bills was getting body slammed.
So,
now they did whoop up on the Vikings yesterday.
So my question is, if somebody came up and killing you on the floor twice, right? So if somebody come up in your party, they start shooting, you know what I'm saying? They banging. They're not the best in the leaderboard. They about in the middle, right? They just started banging and they just walk away. They just like, you know what, dog? I don't like this game no more. I'm done. And they just out. And y'all at the boss, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna be okay with them hanging out, just chilling in the party? Just chilling in the party? They still in the party. They ain't in the game.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a courtesy when you're playing a public game in Killing Floor. If you're about to leave, what you do is you throw out all your money, you drop all of your guns, and then you quit the game. Like, you go to the trader, you drop all of your stuff, and then you leave. So somebody can pick it up, sell it, take the money, do something to make themselves better.
Yeah.
Like, like that type of stuff. Like, it's like a, it's like a
part of the culture.
Yeah, I mean, except on Xbox. Like, the Xbox people don't know how to play Killing Floor. That's the reason why. That's the reason why I play with me and my cuz, and we just play by ourselves. It's better for us just to play by ourselves. And you know what? If we lose, we lose. But if we win, I ain't got to deal with no random people on some nonsense.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna tell you about my Xbox.
Here you go.
I was watching some videos the other day, and it made me really want to get back into some more Mass Effect. Now, I know I started 3 and then I quit out because it won't be right for me. I knew it wasn't gonna be right for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was determined after watching these videos, it's like retrospective videos about the different Mass Effect games.
Yeah, you can't watch those videos. You'll want to go play the whole thing again. You can't do it. You can't.
Yeah. So I did those, and then I went to go play, right? Comcast.
Shut your hopes down.
Okay, let's be honest. I don't think it's just Comcast. I think it's my router. My modem router combination thing just isn't as good as I thought it was.
Yeah.
That when I spent $100 on it, like I thought it was going to be able to be, that thing.
What you need,
and it's not that thing. So I think, getting a modem and a router is, next on my to-do list after I had to just pay, $600 on some right now. But
you're going in and out right now.
Yeah, because my internet is busted. But I don't know how well you can hear me right now.
No, you're fine right now.
You're fine right now.
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Okay, so with no internet, my Xbox is basically an expensive brick. Like, and it's not even like it's no internet. It's just my internet, the way my internet is set up in Xbox, just decide randomly they don't like each other. So I have to go play PlayStation, which I rarely do. Like, it's extremely rare for me to turn my PlayStation. And then I couldn't play no Mass Effect, so I guess I went to go play Killing on the Floor twice on the PlayStation because I couldn't do anything else. I turned on the PlayStation, you was playing something, so I couldn't steal your account so I can download Spider-Man, which I still haven't done.
You can do that tonight. I ain't gonna be on it tonight.
You know I ain't gonna do it. But,
I was playing Shadow of the Tomb Raider all weekend. So
nice.
Yeah. So like for 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, I went back over and over again, restarted the modem router combo over and over again. Just ain't work. Like Xbox Live and my modem router combo is like, nah, we not homies. Like, those are not my ninjas over there. Like, they just do not like each other. Like, for real. Like, I know it did this before, And then like after like a few hours or something like that, a few hours go by,
Right.
and then it'd be like, all right, man, we all right.
All right,
Man, we all right. But nope, 2 days. 2 days I've been trying to play Mass Effect. Now I could just stop being lazy and put the disc in. I can't.
Ooh, that sounds like work.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
And look, see, here's the thing. The disc is literally on the other side of the apartment.
Oh, that's too far.
No.
I
Seriously,
got
dog.
the case right here next to the TV, but the disc, my daughter was the last one to use it, so it's on the other side of the apartment. And I'm just like, bro, you mean to tell me? I sound like my grandma right now. You mean to tell me? I gotta walk all the way over there, grab a disc, walk all the way back, just to play some Mass Effect.
Yeah, dog. Instead of waiting 2 days, come on, Mike.
It's 2 days, bro. I was just like, bro, like, why is we doing this? Like, I don't want to switch discs.
You just quit mid-shift again. Like, you could have went and got the disc and continue playing and been on your gaming job, and you quit mid-shift again. Come on, dog. Come on, dog.
I just turned on the PlayStation because the PlayStation works just fine with my internet. And I played some Killing on the Floor twice. I even streamed it.
Oh,
nice. So let me get into two things because there's one thing I want to come back to. You mentioned PlayStation. We want to talk about the PlayStation name change here in just a minute. But before that, I want to get into my second experience at a football game this week. So my son had a football game on Thursday. That's the normal days, right? So we watch it.
We had to switch back to today.
That's why we switched back to Mondays, right? So we watching. Lady in front of us apparently is from Louisiana and is bored out of her mind in Oklahoma City, which I understand. If you're from Louisiana and you're comparing it to Oklahoma City, kind of don't compare, right? But she's sitting up there the whole game, FaceTiming somebody on her phone. You at a game. Why you come to the game to not watch the game? What are you doing?
Because Philip got caught up. Like, Philip got caught up in the Mojave.
Clearly.
Yeah, like, he got caught doing some real nasty stuff in the Mojave, and they made him come in on his day off, and clean up at the Mojave. So, like, I got to FaceTime Philip because Philip the third, because Philip is a junior,
right? Normally, right?
Because Philip the third is playing in his little league game. So I got to FaceTime with you so that I can flip the camera over every once in a while when little Philip actually gets in the game and gets steamrolled by somebody else's child. But
it's pretty much at win all game too. But it was annoying because they sitting up there. It's at a makeshift stadium because the major stadium they were having the game at is being worked on, right? So it's like their practice field, right? Which their practice field, because it's a 5A school, is better than, or 6A school, but it's better than a lot of smaller school stadiums, right? But because it's not in the optimal position for the overhead, the loudspeakers and stuff, so you can barely hear the people just because of the way the acoustics work. And she's sitting up there loud. I can't hear nothing. And that's all she is doing. And she right in front of us. Like, thankfully, she's down so I can see overhead, but she's just holding the phone up right here. Like, yeah. And that's what I was trying to tell him. He ain't got no job. And I'm like, what? You clearly didn't take English class. But like, I'm just concerned. I'm sitting here concerned and like, man, why? Folks, you are at a game. People have to pay money to get in here to sit down and watch the game. We ain't trying to hear your antics right now. So
that's like, okay, Blue. I'm going to propose this scenario.
Okay.
So they're a parent whose child rides the bench, and she doesn't care enough to pay attention to see whether or not her child is playing or not. But even in that case scenario, I feel like you should at least bring some headphones.
At the very least.
And then you go sit up in the top in the corner.
Right. Away from everybody.
Then you're there,
right.
like, you're there. Yeah. I mean, you're not there, but you're there. That's the only thing I can think of.
It's valid. But you know, I was never that kid though. You know, so speaking to that point that the folks are there, right? I was never that kid that was like, man, I wonder if my folks gonna come to the game. I never cared, bro. I wanted to go to the game to do the best for me. Now my son, not like that. He wants us there, and I'm like, son, now you do understand whether we attend or not shouldn't affect your desire to play or how well you play, right? Like it just shouldn't. And he's like, yeah, but I want you guys there. He's like, I know, but I'm like, well, there's no but. Like, I just want to tell you, sometimes you're probably going to play somewhere really, really far away where I ain't going to be able to make it, or I'm working late, or something might be happening and we ain't going to be able to make it. You still need to go out there and play and perform at your best without us being there, right? Because this is for your personal development, right? It's not just fun. Like, this stuff will help you, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't understand how people get that caught in their head. Like, well, you know, I want my folks to see me. I want to be able to look at the stands and see them. And I'm like, bruh, I never turned around and looked behind the stands, really, just because I didn't really care. All that.
But it goes into his motivation for playing the game in the first place.
Right.
Like you know, you might be on your Al Bundy sometimes, and you talk about that time you score 4 touchdowns.
Right.
And he's really trying to do that, but like he's really trying to score his 4 touchdowns, but he wants you to see it because you just like me, Daddy. We here.
Right. But the thing is, son, they got game film. Like, like if I miss it, I can ask the coach for a copy and I can be there and I can watch it live. You know what I mean? I can watch it live action. So it's all good. But yeah, man. So it's just real interesting that perspective shift, right? It's a little bit different for me. Now let me move along because I got one more thing that's 9 games and we're gonna jump into games for real. So this weekend, Tiger's back. Apparently, he won a championship again, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is as he was making his way down the course, the massive crowd. Like, you want to talk about mass effect? This dude has a mass effect on everyone in the gallery. The entire gallery followed that dude around everywhere. I linked to a video on the show notes. It's like Tiger's influence. It's via Golf Channel on Twitter. It's like a 50-second clip. It is no less. Oh my goodness. It is no less.
People look like.
Yeah. About 300, man. because it was so many people. Just as he walked, it looked like the crowd just kept bigger and getting bigger and bigger, man. So congrats to Tiger for winning. But man, and they were looking at Tiger like all stone faced, and they look like he's enjoying it. I'm like, really? How did you pick that one up? I couldn't see him crack nothing. Like, there was nothing. There was no ounce of joy, no anything. But congrats, I'm glad he won. So he's not too far from catching that record.
I mean, he really just ended up proving what we already knew. Like, a lot of us paid attention to golf because of Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like when Tiger's out the game, like, we ain't got nobody to root for. Like, if Tiger ain't playing, are you watching the PGA in any way, shape, or form?
No.
Like, do you care about your mama and them and all the rest of everybody care about Jordan Spieth?
Bro, if Tiger ain't playing, I ain't even buying a polo shirt. Like, if Tiger ain't playing,
oh, come on, man, polo shirts. Don't be hating on polo shirts.
Look, man, like, I wear these because I gotta wear collars to work, right? So I have to wear collars to work.
Me too.
Ooh.
But like, it's real. It's real. Like, it's his effect on the game.
I'm offended on behalf of polo shirts everywhere.
Right. Like, it's a thing, right? Mm-hmm. Where, like, your perception of golf is golf, and Tiger. Like, he is a completely separate entity from golf. Like, he is, like, you know, there was an interview where Fat Joe was on a radio station, a hip hop radio station, and there was a bunch of like paintings of different rappers and stuff. And they were pointing at the different people and asking Fat Joe what he thought about everybody. When he came to Snoop Dogg, this is what he said. Snoop Dogg can do this forever. He is separate from rap. He is a hip hop superhero. Like there is absolutely nothing that Snoop Dogg can't do. Snoop Dogg can just randomly show up in a movie like Half Baked. Like he can he can like Snoop can do a love song. Snoop can
drop a gospel album. I mean,
Snoop can drop a gospel album, and there is nothing you can do but accept it because it's him.
Right.
Like no one else can do that. Like Jay-Z can't drop a gospel album. You know what I mean? Like there's like and it's not like he's above it. It's just he is an entity on his own, apart from all of this. So and I think that's what Tiger is for golf. I mean, remember, Snoop Dogg for a little while said that he was the reincarnation of Bob Marley and started calling himself Snoop Lion, and we all just kind of went, okay,
all right, yeah,
do what you do.
Okay, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no one even questioned him. Like, you didn't even hear like Bob Marley's family, who are extremely protective of Bob Marley and his legacy, and everything Bob Marley. Right. Like, you didn't even hear them say nothing.
Right.
Like,
there was no objections across the board.
Like, I think my man did a documentary on that whole reincarnation thing and the Snoop Lion idea. And ain't nobody say nothing because there's hip hop and there's music and there's Snoop Dogg, and these two things he is a part of this overall thing. But
so Brian, do you think Tiger and golf occupy that same space then?
I think that Tiger Woods is the intersection of golf and regular people. Yeah, so like there's a Venn diagram, and the intersection is Tiger Woods.
Right.
Otherwise, regular people don't interact with golf.
Right. But here's
he's kind of like what Steph Curry is to the young dudes. New dudes love Steph Curry, right? Because Steph Curry just shoots a whole bunch of threes, and that's something that we all believe we can do.
Right.
Yeah.
Like not to that level, but it's something that we believe we can obtain through practice and all that kind of stuff. Like if I'm Blues height, I'm never going to believe I can dunk like LeBron.
Here you go. So much hate.
Wow, that is twice.
It's so much hate. It's so much hate. I tell you what, Mike, next time I see you get me out on that court, I will light you up.
Man, I'm terrible. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about basketball and me. I can't shoot. I can't shoot the same.
I'll make some boards, but that's it.
On Father's Day, I mean, I basically built an apartment complex with all those bricks that I was in. It was just brick after brick after brick. I played basketball with Pooh Bear for a while, and I can't shoot. After a couple minutes, she was just like, "Yeah, I want to go do something else."
Right.
Dad, how do I say this? What's the word I'm looking for? Embarrassing me. Okay, right. I can go.
Right. She probably looked at you and said, "This is all the nope." Like that's probably what happened.
This is all the nope.
So, man, but no, man. So that's what's up, though. But all right. So I got. Now we getting into games, right? Yeah. So Brian, shout outs to you and Corey over there, man, for picking up my hashtag not my Witcher. Because listen, he's not the Witcher we wanted, but apparently he's the Witcher we deserved, right?
Oh, what? No. See, okay, all I'm saying is, I feel like I'm just going to reiterate many of the points that I made on my own show, but the problem with Henry Cavill is I just can't see him as an actor. Like I watched the Superman movies. I've watched him in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Mm-hmm.
No, like I can't. He's not. He's like the Kristen Stewart of male actor. Like of being a male actor.
Yeah.
Like he just seems emotionless, and that to me is not what I need out of a Witcher.
No, I got the allegory. Hold on, y'all keep talking. I got the allegory. I can't remember that guy's name.
Right, you look it up. You look it up.
So he's the Jai Courtney of.
Oh, come on. Jai Courtney had at least in the whatever Die Hard movie he was in, he at least had two different looks. He had the, and then he had the.
Right.
he had the I really have to go, and he's like, I tried to go, but I'm really constipated look.
Right.
Did I ever tell you all about the Zoolander connection to Mass Effect?
No, we will come back to it though. Hey, Double A, what's going on, man?
Yeah, we were talking about where he at? He must be on a different platform.
Yeah, watching on Mixer. What's happening, fella? What's happening?
What's going on, Double A?
Yeah, man. But it's good. It's good. But yeah, man. So here's the thing with Cavill, right? So being emotionless, that's what witches are all about. But Geralt breaks that mold, right? Number two, here's the biggest thing. Witches are supposed to be they've been genetically altered since they were kids. So almost all of them are wiry. Only Leto is like big and bulky. Like that's it. It's the only one who's big, who's muscular. And how are you going to bring someone in who's supposed to be kind of like depleted? Like I hate the fact that they're bringing in this machismo character for a character who actually isn't any of that. So I hate that fact, right? I hate that fact. The only thing that makes Geralt machismo is that, witches, they can't get STDs or STIs, so they have sex with a lot of women. And women know that. They can't have children, they can't get women pregnant, they can't transmit any diseases, right? So they kind of get the test drive. They get the free demo.
Right? Because Superman, right? Because Superman get I
don't know. I think he can, but I don't know, man. So
he couldn't.
Right. But it's just weird to me, man. The fact that they want to have him. Now, here's the thing: the Geralt voice is pretty easy. He could probably knock that out of the park. My thing is, here's the thing: I like him as a person in his general interviews. I like Cavill. I like him in his general interviews. He has good wit. He just kind of like Geralt. Geralt's pretty witty, right? But I don't see it as that. Like that's like having a 4'3" dude play Master Chief. Master Chief is supposed to be like 7 foot tall, right? Like so it's different.
Yeah, but we'll never see Master Chief face, so it could be somebody else in the suit. Like they could Darth Vader it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised he was like me. It could be a short guy,
right? Yeah. You're right. But see, you had to cut that way.
See, you did it. Like you did it. I was gonna go in a different direction. I wanted to connect it to something else.
Right.
I mean, while we here,
he could be on stilts in that suit,
right?
Like Blue would be.
Blue can only pretty much be R2D2 at this point.
Oh, so much hatred. At least, hey, Yoda's my favorite. I think I could pull off.
Give him, I could do the voice. Put him inside of one of those balls, and he could be BB-8.
There you go. Roll me around, man. Roll me around. Roll me around. Make it happen, dog.
But ultimately, I want to see when I'm watching The Witcher, I want to see the emotion behind it, where he's grappling with the fact that he is a person that people hate and yet need.
Right.
And they want him in town to do them a favor and then GTFO because we don't want your kind.
Because he's a mutant, right? And then Double A says it right. He says Superman is Witcher is lame, too pretty. And that's valid, man. Like that is valid. You don't get really, really handsome people to be witches because they are genetically altered. Right, their eyes, their skin.
He's like, "Hi, I was out fighting."
Charlize Theron did Monster. Like they could do amazing things with makeup, bro.
Yeah, I'm just saying he needs to, look beaten down and constantly at the end of his rope.
And here's the other thing. This is a Netflix series, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They got to have something to whereas people outside of y'all are gonna watch this.
That's true.
Here's the thing. I concur. People outside of us much like it, but must watch it. But there are people like me who've only played the games and haven't read the books. There are way more people who have read the books. And the problem is the lore is even steeper in the books. So if you go against the lore too much, the people from the books are going to complain, not only the gamers. So now you're going to piss off two different.
No, look, bro. Have you read and seen Ready Player One? They completely bastardized that book.
I have not.
And outside of like a handful of people, I ain't complaining.
Yeah,
we got new dudes. These new dudes out here.
He sounded so distraught. He's like, Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these new dudes don't care about this stuff as much as we do. Like most of these new dudes only care about hating stuff. That's why I keep seeing the Last Jedi videos, like the Last Jedi videos, going against social justice warriors and all of this other nonsense. I see this on my YouTube every day. It's just people only care about hating stuff these days. Like these new dudes don't care about fandom. They don't give a shit about fandom. Like they care about the people that they can attract from being negative.
Right. Now, I will say my boy Double A put in maybe Jason Statham. Maybe.
Yeah, but like Jason Statham gotta have hair though. Like, do you want to see somebody put a wig on Jason Statham? Like,
I don't think I would.
I don't know about that one. No, I don't know about that one.
It's gonna look like someone cut off the end of a mop and put it on there. And
right, exactly.
They could do some amazing things. In reality, like they could do some amazing things. But like the idea of somebody putting hair on Jason Statham is like kind of like how, like, if you watch the Captain Marvel trailer and the hair that they got on Sam Jackson, you just like, bruh, I don't know if I could do this.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know why you would do this. Like that's more of the.
I guess I was down for the hair. Come on, it wasn't that bad.
I don't know, bruh. I don't know.
I don't even know. Like, we ain't seen I'm trying to get real. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't seen like the hair in Pulp Fiction was ridiculous on purpose. It was ridiculous on purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do we really want to do this? Like, no.
So one of the ones that I kind of liked about it, that's probably about right, is Nick from Grimm. Like the guy who played Nick as Geralt, and I was like, man, that could probably work. Can he pull out the accent? Probably. But I mean, we'll see, man. I want someone who really can do the action. That's what I want. I want someone who can do the parries, who can do the turns, who can be as agile as a Witcher needs to be, who can flip them signs and make it look great. Like, that's what I want to see. You know, so
and then you talked about his size, but like, of course, he had to bulk up for that role, and then everything that he couldn't do, they pretty much put that into the suit. So like,
he's a big dude though, man. Like he is a big dude. He is a what's the dude that plays Thor? Hemsworth. He's about Hemsworth size, man.
But Hemsworth wasn't that big in A Cabin in the Woods. Like, we didn't look at Cabin in the Woods and went like, oh, that's a massive dude. Like, he was the dumb jock. But like, he wasn't like, oh my God, he's a massive linebacker. No, he was just a dumb jock. Like, we thought he was a quarterback, probably. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Cabin in the Woods is great. What are you talking about?
Haven't seen it yet. I'll have to watch it at some point.
You need to. It is amazing. It is.
All right.
I'm a Joss Whedon stan, and I love Joss Whedon in almost every aspect except for like his recent folly. Not necessarily the whole Justice League thing, but the problems when his wife came out and started spilling them beans. But I'm a Joss Whedon fan. I am a fan of his writing. I am a fan of his directing. I am a fan. But Cabin in the Woods is basically, I think it's produced by him, but the guy who wrote Cabin in the Woods was a writer on Buffy. Like, that's one of his first writing jobs. He was a writer on Buffy, and is one of those. The Woods is great. Like, it is greatness.
Okay, I mean, I'll take your word for it. I mean, I ain't hating. I just take your word for it.
If I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore. But if it is, do that. If it's on Netflix, if it's on Amazon Prime or whatever, do that immediately if you haven't. I love Cabin in the Woods.
All right. So I got two things, three play tasting things really quick. The third one we'll spend a little bit of time on, then we get into what we've been playing a little bit. So the first thing is that PS Now games are now downloadable. So
makes sense because the latency on that service was awful.
Extremely high,
and they lowered the price.
Did they lower the price? Because it was what $10.
Was your firstborn, right?
You can get a year of PlayStation Now for $100.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's not too bad. At $12, what is it? $12. That's what, $8.50 a month, something like that. So, not too bad. Not too bad.
That is not terrible. That is not terrible because it was like
$20-something a month.
20-something dollars a month, and I was like, yeah no,
absolutely, man. Y'all quit playing games with me. Quit playing games with me. That's what I'm saying. And then
quit playing.
Quit playing, Philip. And then
Philip.
Second thing about PlayStation announced PS1 Classic. It only has 20 games though.
Yeah.
And they haven't announced all 20. They've only announced like the first 4. And the games are going to be different between Japan and the US and the different territories. The games are going to be different. So
the difference between this and what Nintendo did is Nintendo didn't spend this whole generation doing remakes and make this whole thing useless.
Right. Okay.
My issue with it is more of the have you seen a PS1 game lately? Because that goes through that polygon count. I'm just saying
every PS1 game looks like Roblox right now. Like
right. The problem is you can count every polygon.
Yeah, I was gonna say like the arm is one polygon. Right. It's like
no, like all of the textures look like panels put together.
Right?
Like,
right. Yeah.
Like in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, you can change your character model to be old school Lara from PS1 days. Yep. And I did it, and I started playing. I was like, nope,
no, absolutely not.
Like, pause. I'm out.
Yeah, you could do that in the Halo remakes. You could press a button and switch back and forth, and like when you switch back, you're just like, bro, did this look like this? Like for real? Like for real?
You realize how much imagination was infused in our environments back in the day,
totally.
Right?
I mean, like I always say it, like back in the day, right? Back in the day, when I used to play like Tecmo basketball on the NES, I thought that looked real. I used to think that looked real. That looked real.
Dribble.
That looked real.
Oh my god!
No. Only the Duncan looked realistic. Like
slow-mo too.
That animation looked realistic, but the rest of like Tecmo basketball looked real to me. And then when you look at Tecmo basketball now, it's like, And then we were just talking about NCAA basketball on the SNES on the Dream Team plug, and like. We were talking about like being able to just shoot half court shots, and then there were a couple of players that like as soon as you step foot over half court, you could just launch it, and they were pretty much automatic. Dude from North Carolina, dude from Oklahoma State, like they would just it was just everything. But like I watched the video, bruh, like
rough.
It's so rough. Like it's so rough. And it's so bad. Like I was just like, how did I see people in this?
Right. But all right, so let's get into the last thing, man. So today I sent an article to the fellas in the chat that Sony PlayStation Network, the rumor is that they're going to allow people to change their PlayStation IDs. However, that comes with one caveat. You will lose everything that's associated with your prior account if you change. So all your purchases, all your games, all your saves, the only thing that comes over are your trophies.
What? Yes. I don't understand how.
That's not a change in the name. That's a system reset. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? No,
I don't know about that. So and I was saying in the chat, I'm like, clearly Sony didn't understand digital rights management when they established this online environment that they set up, the online service, because bro, that has to come with you. Yeah.
No, I just do what they've been doing and just start a new account. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just start a new account with the name I actually want.
I just don't. I don't get it. I mean, like, it should be attached to my email address and not my username. So all you have to do is just change my username. I don't sign in with my username. If you go to the PlayStation website, I sign in with my email address.
Exactly.
Associate the username as a display name, right? That's it. That's all you have to do, and you're done. Right? Everything else on the back end stays connected. Make this thing happen, man. So, but it's just, and you know, some people shouldn't have named themselves, Jigglebits 2018 or 2008 back in the day. They shouldn't have named themselves that. That's your fault for not being forward thinking.
A lot of us were still kids when we named ourselves. Like, luckily for me, like, I was, I had already adopted the Scarfinger moniker. So, mine is just.
I like how you refer to yourself as a kid. You're a year younger than I am.
How old are you? I just turned 39.
I just turned 40 this year.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, well, he listens to the show, man. He listens to the show every week, so he know.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, man. So all right, so let's get into
it. That's almost as bad as the Nintendo Online service and saying that the minute you stop subscribing to the service, we're deleting all your cloud saves.
That's dumb. Well, I mean, it's even further though on PSN. Plus, the minute you stop playing,
mother, father would delete all my stuff.
Man,
I don't want.
Lighting this network on fire.
I'm about to start doing that Bruce Lee flexing, when he was just popping, everything was popping and he wasn't actually, he was just popping everything just by moving.
Right, with the neck and everything, yeah.
I'm going to show up.
Don't start clapping at him.
And they will be like, can we help you? And I ain't going to do nothing but stand there and pop all my joints.
Security, we're gonna need somebody to get Philip. I need you to get up.
If they got the same kind of security that's in Iron Fist season 1, I could just do kung fu really slowly and I'll be okay.
Right.
Oh man.
So quickly,
I can't be the only person that's blacked out season 1, right?
Yes, I
can't.
I had to go back.
I can't because I love Ward. I love Ward so much. Like Ward is
great, man. Ward is great. But I went back after watching The Defenders, and I had a better appreciation for IFS season 1. I did. Right. I did. So what? So you've been watching that? What else?
No. I have not. I've been. You have to understand, like when you and I know you guys understand this. When you have a child who's 2 years old. You don't really have control of your TV.
Yeah.
Now, thankfully, we have steered her towards content that at least I can swallow. So we watched the Netflix, the new version of Inspector Gadget.
Nice. Is it all right?
It's all right. It's
actually love Inspector Gadget. That was my jam.
There's some really good jokes thrown in there and stuff, and they do it up nice. It's actually pretty good. She watches a show called Miraculous, which is actually pretty decent cartoon. She watches My Little Pony, which is My Little Pony, and then I see
you, Brownie.
Honestly, the writing is actually pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and watch it without her. I wasn't, but I mean, you're sitting there, you're just, come on. I mean, I'm stuck watching it anyway. I'm stuck watching it anyway, but the writing is not terrible. And then she watches Spirit Riding Free, which she calls the Horsey Show.
Oh yeah.
So we watch a lot of children's television, and but I did end up watching The Dragon Prince. That was pretty good.
That looked pretty good, man.
It's really good. It's really good, and it's only 9 episodes. I finished it on Saturday.
Yeah, I finished it. I was like, could it at least be 12? Because I could really use it now.
Yeah, now. Because where it stops, you're just like, I don't know if it was supposed to stop here.
Okay, I need to get on that then. It looks good. I heard it was supposed to be some type of association with the last Airbender, or maybe the creator.
Yeah, the lead writer of the last Airbender is the creator of this.
Well,
there's a lot of similarities.
Oh yeah, tons.
Good. I loved Avatar, man. I loved that.
One of the good things about it is a lot of the references. There's a lot of movie and TV references that just slide in there. But I will say this. it's way too many The Last Airbender references, connections to ignore, especially because one of the main characters is voiced by the dude who voiced Sokka. And he is just Sokka again. Like it is just like he is just Sokka again. He's still Sokka.
Okay. All right. Good to know, man. So
but playing wise, I've been playing a lot of the games on the Nintendo Online service for my streaming. I've been playing Super Mario Bros. 3. I tried playing old school soccer, baseball, ice hockey. They're all terrible.
Yeah.
Been playing Legend of Zelda, but I've been starting every morning playing Tecmo Bowl, one game of Tecmo Bowl.
Okay.
My Bears are I think after week 4, Neil Anderson has 25 touchdowns.
There you go.
Greatest running back ever, apparently. But and then I've been playing a game for review that I can't talk about, but let's just say it's a long journey that you might take.
Okay. Word up.
So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been consuming.
All right, man.
Mike, what about you, man?
All right, man. I ain't played very many games because I couldn't play Mass Effect. I played some Killing Floor. Y'all know how I feel about Killing Floor. I should be playing on the PC for the beta, but I haven't, and I'm really kind of okay with that.
Okay. I mean, we're not gonna bring up Frostpunk, but okay.
I tried to go back to Frostpunk. It's just too depressing, and I said that it's too depressing. I had to go look up someone else playing the game, and I got depressed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't even playing, and I got depressed. It's too depressing. Like, there is like a distinct lack of hope in this game that bothers me to no end.
Okay.
And that keeps me from going back to it or even going back to the videos. It's just like something in it that I just can't do. So I watched the Dragon Prince this weekend. Well, on Saturday, I just watched them all right back to back. Because my Xbox wasn't working. And I have been watching the show. And I think there is not a person listening to this right now that should not at least try this show. It is called The Good Place.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, man, I want to see that. Kristen Bell, and she's the one in there. And then Ted, the first Cheers.
Ted Danson.
Yeah,
he got old, bro. Like, he got so old.
He did get old, didn't he?
Yeah.
But I'm looking pimp, though. He's still looking pimp.
I'm going to tell you like this. The twist, I'm not going to spoil it. The twist is Herculean.
Phenomenal.
It's Herculean. It's a massive twist, and it is amazing. But you don't get the twist to the last episode of the first season.
Nice. I cannot stinking wait, because I've always wanted to watch that. I thought it looked pretty funny.
Yeah, the first two seasons
great.
are on Netflix. Yeah. The first 2 seasons are on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's a half an hour network show, so it's 22 minutes each episode.
Yeah, right.
It is really, really good. Like, I was surprised. Like, I saw a preview for it, and I was like, you know what, I should try this. And I'm so glad I did. Like, it was one of those things that whereas I didn't realize how much I was going to care about this.
Nice.
Oh, it's
so good, man. That's good. I heard it from 2 people. Okay, so cool. I'm definitely gonna get that a shot then, because it's always interested me. Anything else, man?
No, just marching band season is in full swing. I was listening to marching band music before this started, and I'll probably listen to some more when this ends, because I got some work on the computer to do. So, man, I'm hoping that I'll get some time to get back into RimWorld and 2 Point Hospital. Because I didn't get to play either in the last few days, and I'm itching to get back.
Word up, man.
Nice.
Right. So, and I know we're over time, but look, I'm just gonna run through this, and we're gonna hit shout outs, and we're gonna be done. So, back again onto Dragon Age 2 a little bit. I played a little bit of that just after I spent the entire weekend because T-Mobile free rentals from Redbox. So I went and picked up Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Balling on a budget, y'all. That's how we do it. Man, look, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
It's good.
Looks good. It plays well. The story is good. I hear a lot of people saying I still like Rise of the Tomb Raider better. I'm like, what are you playing? Like, how are you playing? How are you missing this really solid story? How are you missing these truly well developed characters to give you missions and side missions you kind of care about. But as I play this game, there's some unevenness in the presentation in that some of the cutscenes or even some of the character models, it looks like they don't use the high quality character models all the time. So for instance, if you're swimming underwater and you hit the air bubble and Laura comes up, you can see her face. It's the high quality character model. But sometimes right after a cutscene and you go to the game and you get ready to play, it really degrades back down to resolution of sub 1080p. And I'm playing on a PS4, on a normal PS4, but I'm playing on a 4K TV with HDR, right? So of course it's not going to do 4K, but it does HDR. But I can really tell a difference when the character models are uneven. And yeah, it bugs me a little bit. But the bigger thing is that I realize how well who creates how well Naughty Dog's engine is, because when you come out and you have a lot of the same similar vistas that in Shadow of the Tomb Raider that you have in Uncharted 4, right? But in Shadow of the Tomb Raider, if you look far off, the resolution is not retained as high on the leaves and the trees and the ground textures and the mountain textures in the background as it is in Uncharted, right? So I'm sitting there noticing that, and I'm like, the vistas look great. I'm like, but man, if I'm throwing this side by side, I gotta be honest. Uncharted still looks better. Like, it still looks better. But
there are some times though you come out and there's a sky open above you between two things, and you're just looking up and you're just like, and you see some birds flying and you're like, that's good.
Yes. Like the game though, the game itself, really well done.
Oh, really well done. Extremely well done.
Like I said, the character development in this one is top notch. And even it's Eidos Montreal. It's a studio that generally created Deus Ex, which I didn't like really either one of them, even though I own both of them. But
I mean, they did give us one of them for free, right?
They did. But
did they give both of them for free?
No, just the first one. Just the first one. But it is good. It is good. I strongly recommend Shadow of the Tomb Raider if you're looking for something to play in this season, especially post Spider-Man. Like, it is great, man. It's a slower pace. It's someone who's more human, who's more normal. It is well done.
Although I did say this on our show. Like, there's this whole part where she's like walking around in the pit. They're like, "You're an outsider. You're gonna steal all of our artifacts." And
yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. And the very next thing I do when it goes away from that cutscene is I go and I loot all the things around them.
Yes, you do, because that's what you do, right?
I'm like, I just lied to you,
right? And it's so good because this. But here's the thing: like, some games make that a legit consequence, right? But for some reason, this game does not, and that's okay. But man, it's good, y'all. Shadow of the Tomb Raider is legitimately good, and I played it on the PS4 because I was gonna play it on the Xbox 360, but I'm in the Xbox One. But my Xbox One just so slow because I'm in the beta program, and it doesn't function like I want it to function. So I just played it on the PS4.
I see you go.
Oh, Ron Block up in here.
What's up, man?
So yeah. So at any rate, I'm gonna get that on PC at some point down the road, probably on the Steam sale. But it's really good. It's really good. So Brian, look, man, I cannot thank you enough for coming on and joining us this evening.
Thank you for having me, man. I had a great time.
Yeah, man. I always enjoy having you guys on. I'd like to get Corey back on again because that dude is just absolutely insane. Like,
that's the truth.
He is absolutely insane, man. But I love you guys. I love listening to you guys. Like I said, I have the latest episode downloaded. I just haven't listened to it yet because I've been mad busy at work. But I will get to it. And but man, go ahead and give your shout outs. Go ahead and pimp your show, your stream. Congratulations on becoming your affiliate now, Twitch affiliate.
Twitch affiliate. So you can come give me your money.
Exactly. Go ahead and do that. If you have Amazon Prime and you're not using your sub, just give it to him. He's a good dude. He'll keep you laughing. And so go ahead, man.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitch or Twitter. You can find me as Quiglin. It's Quiglin. You can also find my podcast, Starting Point. You can find it at shoutengine.com/starting point. Or you can find us on Twitter at @starting point. That's all one word. I want to give a shout out to Meef J, who I'm hoping we're going to meet up soon. We've been talking about it. He lives pretty close. So we're going to hopefully meet up and hopefully we can make that a thing. So, cause I don't have any friends here.
Right.
It would be nice to have somebody.
It's a world difference, right? At some point when we have you back on again, or maybe we're on your show, we will have to talk about the difference between Boston. Or isn't that where you were? You were in Massachusetts?
I was in middle of Kentucky.
Kentucky. We'll have to talk about the differences between Kentucky, and I say the country just because I wanted to, Kentucky and Alabama, because I know there are some cultural differences.
Yeah, there's some stuff I've had to get used to, some bugs that I've had to get used to.
Right.
I'm a city boy. I'm not used to this, and all of a sudden this is just skittering across the floor, and I'm just like, I called my landlord. I'm like, should I be concerned about this? Because he's like, yeah, that's just a thing down here.
Yeah, man. It kind of is. Yeah.
Did someone have to talk with you already?
About what exactly? Maybe I not.
Bama or Auburn. Like, have you?
Oh, yeah. I've been given that, and I just look at them and I kind of do the. I don't really watch college football, so apparently, what I'm supposed to say is "Go Blazers." The UAB football team is back.
Okay,
they were off for a couple. They were closed down for a couple of years, and now they're back. And believe it or not, they have a commercial on TV that makes me want to go to the games.
Nice.
Yeah, Bama shut them down because they were taking the good players.
Seriously.
So yeah,
that.
Bama, Alabama had them shut down.
I did not know that. So now that means you should ask for like a UAB blazer. I mean, not a blazer, but a hoodie. You should ask for one of those, or like some type of umbrella or something. You know what I mean?
But I'm going to name the Blazers. You have to have a blazer. So
I'm going to go to the game, and then Blue, I'm going to call you when we're going to FaceTime.
Okay.
During the game.
During the game, in the middle
of the game, I'm going to FaceTime you from the stands. It'll be great.
All right. Cool. That is all the nope. Mike, your shout outs, homie.
Man, shout out to my man B Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, man?
We always enjoy having you on. You can come on anytime you want to. I don't even care if anybody else here. You come on.
I'm just gonna run the show.
Right.
Yeah, look, the more you run the show, the more I don't have to.
Mike is all about that, man.
It works. It works.
Responsibility.
Thank goodness the podcast isn't across the apartment.
Right.
It would never be. I will tell you, one of the greatest things that ever happened is an unfortunate situation, but it's a kind of necessary one for what we do. Skype updated. So my Skype recorder doesn't work anymore. So Chase has to record all of the shows, and he just edits them. So
there you go.
Less work for me.
See?
I love it.
Right. Anybody else, man?
No, just shout out to the people, man.
For sure.
Ron Block, Chase, Double A. I see y'all. Well, right. I don't see Double A, but I see the rest of y'all.
For sure. All right, man. So again, Brian, thanks for dropping in, man. We really appreciate it, dog.
Brian?
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. Quickland's a good dude, man. Love having him on. Love listening to him just laugh and cut up. Y'all been getting some good guests and stuff, man, as well. So yeah, I need to step my game up. Yeah, I love the guests though, man. Y'all keep that going. Shout outs to all.
Apparently, I'm froze on one of the YouTube videos.
Oh, really? You're not froze on me, on my end. So, yeah. So
you look good, man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you know, but he said, "Hey, girl." All right. So, shout outs to everybody watching us live. Chase, Double A, and Ron Block. Look, man, we appreciate y'all dropping in there, man. We having a great time. Shout outs to, believe it or not, Jay McWild hit me up on PS4. Now, Shadow of the Tomb Raider just came out. Congratulations to this dude for already finishing it at 100% for platinum.
Wow.
Already. And he did it like Saturday night or Sunday morning at like 1 in the morning.
When did it come out?
Bruh.
You know, I don't care about
I'm like 92% of the way, and I'm like, that's good enough.
Right.
That's fine.
It's good. Bro. Yeah, congrats to that, man. But he hit me up, man. He's going back to school. He is majored in a really good field, and he hasn't really had a lot of time to really get it to really get the games going, but he's getting back into it now, and clearly he is he's the man. And it released on September 14th, by the way. So shout out to Tomb Raider. Ain't been out very long, bro. He already got the platinum on that thing.
Let me tell y'all something before we go. I got one more thing to say, and this has the potential for good frackery.
Okay.
Headline, and I ain't read the article. Spotify teams up with Ancestry to create a DNA curated playlist.
Problematic. Brian just shaking his head like.
So they're saying that if they genetically do this, my sister and I are going to have the same taste in music. She likes country music and I do not.
Right.
I like anything but.
Like, come on, man. Yeah, I don't know about that one, dog. Also, a topic for next week, Mike. Man weaves. My wife sent me a video on YouTube where man got a weave.
Okay, was it the one where the dude was fighting a young dude and he got his weave knocked off?
No, he's in the barbershop getting a weave. We're gonna talk about that next week.
I seen it.
So everybody, thank you so much for listening to and or watching Facetious.
Man weaves are just basically beards. Like this our man weave right here.
I don't know, dog. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You know what I mean? I could be bald. Like I could be bald, and then as long as I got this hair, I'm still good. I'm still good out on these streets, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all, look, we'll be back in now. Brian looks like he has weave in his stuff, like because it's unnaturally long, right? It is just unnaturally.
Yeah,
this is years. This is a couple years of growth.
I mean, like Brian looks like what you think of when you say the name Kentucky.
Yeah. Kentucky. No, not Kentucky. Kentucky.
Chase is growing his out. He looks like a hipster because now he wears glasses and like all he needs is a scarf.
Does he have the wax that he does in the,
I mean, I don't think that's far off. I don't think it's that far off. He's gonna start twisting that up, like
right?
Like he's about to
steampunk.
But no, man. But seriously though, thank y'all for watching and or listening to us. The show will be up again early this week. My last week, my software uninstalled itself. I don't know how that happened, but it'll be up. Look at me doing it again. He's trying to fight Brian. So y'all, thank y'all so much for watching.
You know what? We all know what that means. Like that's all I had to do because that mustache puts you right there.
Right.
Be boxing like this with some pants on, like
and a monocle.
And a model, yeah, exactly, and a funny accent. Come on, Shay, something like that. So,
come on, man, that's we talking about that.
I know who you talking about. You're talking about the 20s, but I can't do the 20s. I can't do the real fast talking. I can't do that. I can't do the 20s. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I can't do it. So, but thank y'all so much for watching and or listening. Look, we back in your ears.
Why the ears always curl like this?
See, Mike always interrupt. See how he never had nothing to say at the end shout out. And then he interrupt every time.
Who fights like this? Like, who does that?
Well, the problem is the minute that you put your hands up to block, you're going to punch yourself in the face.
Exactly. Or I'm going to punch your hands and you're going to hit yourself in the face. Like one of those is going to go down. But y'all, thank y'all for listening, man. Remember to check out Brian, Starting Point. Remember to check him out and check him out on Twitch affiliates. Remember to check back with us and leave us all a 5-star rating on iTunes or wherever you listen to the show. All right, y'all. Peace out to the Warriors.
Peace out to the Warriors.